The offseason in the NFL is never quiet, but this year it has reached a fever pitch, especially for fans of the Philadelphia Eagles. With changes across the league and teams rethinking strategies, the NFC East is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions yet. Philadelphia supporters know that every move their rivals make has the potential to impact their own team's prospects, and recent developments in New York have raised eyebrows across the division. The Giants' decision to bring in a high-profile head coach signals a shift in the balance of power, one that the Eagles cannot ignore as they prepare for another demanding season. John Harbaugh's arrival in New York has sent shockwaves through the league, with expectations immediately soaring for a team that has struggled to find consistent success in recent years. Harbaugh brings with him not only a track record of disciplined leadership and playoff success, but also an intensity and attention to detail that could transform the Giants into a legitimate contender. Philadelphia fans are well aware of the challenges this presents. Their rivalry with New York is long-standing, and every encounter on the field carries extra weight. The Eagles' road trips to MetLife Stadium will no longer be viewed as opportunities for routine victories. Every game will demand precision, focus, and adaptability from the players and coaching staff alike. Philadelphia has benefited in recent years from a stable and structured environment under Nick Sirianni, who has built a team that consistently performs at a high level. 5 straight playoff appearances, multiple double-digit win seasons, and a Super Bowl title illustrate a franchise operating at peak efficiency. This stability contrasts sharply with the volatility the Giants have experienced, making Harbaugh's hire even more significant. His presence introduces a new variable in the division, one that could influence game plans, player development, and strategic decision-making across every matchup. Eagles leadership, from the front office to the coaching staff, understands that maintaining dominance will require vigilance and a readiness to adjust. One of the most intriguing aspects of Harbaugh's move is the potential arrival of Todd Monken as offensive coordinator. Monken's history of cultivating dynamic quarterback play and explosive offensive systems suggests that the Giants could emerge with a scheme capable of challenging even the most prepared defenses. For Philadelphia, this raises the stakes in every divisional contest. The NFC East has always been unpredictable, but the prospect of a revitalized Giants offense forces the Eagles to refine their own approach. Every defensive alignment, every adjustment at the line of scrimmage, and every strategic decision will matter more than ever in this heightened competitive environment. The implications of this shift extend beyond the immediate games between the Eagles and the Giants. A stronger, more capable New York team increases the intensity of the entire division, elevating the pressure on Dallas, Washington, and Philadelphia alike. Rivalries gain new life when opponents are formidable, and fans are treated to a level of excitement that only comes from tightly contested matchups. For Eagles supporters, the promise of more thrilling, high-stakes games each season is tempered by the knowledge that maintaining their place at the top will demand consistent effort and preparation. Complacency is no longer an option. Every practice, every adjustment, and every in-game decision takes on greater significance in a division that is now even more competitive. Harbaugh's tenure in Baltimore serves as a clear example of the type of leadership and culture he brings to a franchise. His teams were known for resilience, tactical discipline, and a capacity to perform under pressure, particularly in high-stakes situations against elite opponents. Translating that success to the Giants could mean a team capable of flipping the narrative in the NFC East within a single season. For Philadelphia, this means the standard for success has been raised, and the challenge is immediate. The Eagles must anticipate a team that is not only talented but also strategically sophisticated, capable of adjusting in real time and exploiting any weakness. Every preparation meeting, every film session, and every training camp exercise takes on renewed importance in light of these changes. Adding to the dynamic is Harbaugh's prior connection with the Eagles organization. Having spent years coaching in Philadelphia early in his career, that history provides him with insight into the culture, values, and operational rhythms of the franchise. This knowledge could inform game planning and strategic adjustments, making him an even more formidable opponent in divisional matchups. For Eagles fans, the realization is clear. Familiarity alone will not guarantee victory. The team must operate at its peak each week, blending the leadership of Sirianni, the talent of its roster, and the experience of its staff to remain competitive. The pressure created by an incoming Giants team may ultimately benefit Philadelphia in the long run. Competition breeds innovation, And facing a rival that demands excellence pushes teams to elevate their preparation, execution, and overall strategy. From the front office to player development, Philadelphia has the tools to respond effectively. Leadership knows that a rising competitor forces a reevaluation of priorities, ensures accountability, and drives continuous improvement across every aspect of the organization. For the Eagles, the arrival of a high-profile coach in the division is not just a challenge, it is an opportunity to demonstrate resilience, adaptability, and championship-caliber performance week after week. With potential changes to the Giants' offensive strategy on the horizon, the Eagles must also consider how to respond defensively. A team that emphasizes quarterback mobility, deep passing attacks, and rapid tempo requires a defense that is agile, disciplined, and capable of adjusting to multiple threats in real time. The Eagles' coaching staff has experience preparing for innovative schemes, and the upcoming season will test both their strategic acumen and their ability to execute under pressure. Every defensive package, every blitz call, and every coverage adjustment becomes an essential component of maintaining competitiveness in a division now defined by elite coaching and ambitious rivals. Philadelphia's own stability under Sirianni offers a unique counterpoint. While the Giants are reinventing themselves, the Eagles have demonstrated consistent success and a culture of preparation that has produced tangible results. The combination of organizational continuity, proven leadership, and a talented roster positions Philadelphia well to navigate the challenges presented by a newly invigorated division. Yet the stakes are higher than ever. No win can be taken for granted, no strategy left untested. Every match against New York, Dallas, and Washington carries the weight of expectation and the necessity for precision. As the Eagles prepare for another challenging season, the emphasis on execution and adaptability cannot be overstated. The NFC East is no longer a division where victories can be assumed based on past performance. Every matchup demands meticulous preparation. From analyzing opponent tendencies to ensuring player readiness, John Harbaugh's presence in New York guarantees that the Giants will enter every game with a level of discipline and strategic insight that was previously absent. This elevated competition requires Philadelphia to approach each week with a renewed sense of focus, understanding that any lapse could be costly against a team capable of exploiting weaknesses quickly. One area of focus for the Eagles will undoubtedly be the quarterback position, where Jalen Hurts has developed into one of the league's most dynamic dual-threat players. His growth under Nick Sirianni has been remarkable, demonstrating an ability to read defenses, make quick decisions, and execute both passing and rushing plays with precision. As the Giants potentially adopt a more aggressive offensive scheme under Todd Monken, Hurts' ability to react under pressure will be tested more than ever. The Eagles' coaching staff has consistently emphasized player development, and this season will provide another opportunity to evaluate Hurts' leadership, adaptability, and resilience against a team that now boasts elite coaching experience. The Eagles' offensive unit as a whole will need to maintain its balance between explosive playmaking and consistent fundamentals. Wide receivers, tight ends, and the offensive line must operate in harmony to protect Hurts and sustain drives, particularly against a revitalized Giants defense that may implement complex schemes designed to disrupt timing and force turnovers. Each practice, film session, and walkthrough is an opportunity to refine communication and execution, ensuring that the offense remains versatile and unpredictable. In a division where every game carries heightened stakes, even minor improvements can translate into game-changing plays on Sunday. Defensively, the challenge is equally demanding. A team guided by Harbaugh, potentially supported by Monken's offensive acumen, presents multiple threats that require preparation across every level of the defense. Linebackers must navigate both the run and passing game efficiently. Defensive backs must maintain discipline and coverage, and the front seven must generate pressure without compromising gap integrity. Philadelphia's coaching staff has demonstrated an ability to adjust strategies week to week, but the complexity and talent of the Giants roster this season will push their limits. Anticipating shifts in tempo, quarterback movement, and play-calling creativity will be key to maintaining an edge in divisional matchups. Beyond the X's and O's, leadership within the Eagles organization will play a critical role in sustaining performance. Jeffrey Lurie's commitment to stability and Howie Roseman's strategic approach to roster management provide a foundation that allows coaches and players to focus on preparation and execution. This balance between organizational oversight and operational freedom has contributed to Philadelphia's consistent success as rivals grow stronger. The importance of maintaining a culture of accountability and focus becomes even more pronounced. Players understand that division dominance is earned through effort, discipline, and cohesion. And this season will demand those qualities in every matchup. Special teams, often an overlooked aspect of the game, could also prove pivotal in tight contests within the NFC East. Field position, kicking efficiency, and coverage units all contribute to overall team performance, particularly in games where the margin of victory is narrow. Harbaugh has historically valued disciplined special teams play, and the Giants may leverage this aspect of the game to gain an advantage in close contests. 4. Philadelphia, ensuring that all facets of the team operate at a high level remains essential, reinforcing the idea that sustained excellence comes from consistent execution across offense, defense, and special teams. The Eagles' depth is another factor that may determine success against heightened competition. Injuries, fatigue, and in-game adjustments are inevitable over a long season, and Philadelphia's ability to rotate players without a significant drop in performances critical, from rookies to veteran backups. The team has consistently developed talent that can contribute when called upon. Maintaining this depth while ensuring that starters remain healthy and effective requires careful planning, attention to detail, and strategic decision-making by both the coaching staff and front office. As the season unfolds, each game against the Giants will be a true test of preparation, resilience, and adaptability. The rivalry between Philadelphia and New York has always carried historical significance. But with a coach of Harbaugh's caliber in New York, these games take on a new intensity. Eagles players will face challenges in reading defensive and offensive adjustments in real time, making quick decisions under pressure, and executing with precision against a team that now brings both talent and strategic depth to the field. These matchups are no longer just about bragging rights. They could directly influence playoff positioning, divisional supremacy, and team morale. The presence of a revitalized Giants team also has ripple effects across the division, raising the bar for all NFC East teams. Dallas and Washington, already formidable opponents, must adjust to a division where the competitive threshold is higher than ever. For Philadelphia, this means that maintaining superiority requires constant vigilance and continuous improvement. Game plans must be reviewed and refined. Individual players must be held accountable for their performance, and the team as a whole must execute at a championship level each week. The margin for error has shrunk, and the ability to respond to adversity quickly will be a defining factor in the Eagles' success. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. What began as a quiet murmur inside league circles has now turned into the loudest rumor of the season. Sources close to both front offices are whispering about a blockbuster exchange between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams that many insiders are calling simply impossible. Impossible not because of the rules, but because of the ambition, the egos involved, and the sheer scale of the names allegedly discussed behind closed doors. According to people familiar with the negotiations, the talks started as exploratory phone calls, the kind that usually end with polite laughter and no follow-up. Instead, they escalated quickly. The Eagles, always aggressive when they sense an opening, are believed to be evaluating a move that would reshape their offensive identity, even if it means parting with a fan-favorite cornerstone. On the other side, the Rams, never shy about swinging big, appear willing to gamble again, betting that a bold reset could extend their competitive window. What has truly fueled the rumor mill is the reaction inside both locker rooms. Players are said to be stunned, staff members divided, and agents suddenly very busy. One anonymous source described the atmosphere as tense, electric, and borderline chaotic, suggesting that not everyone inside the buildings was prepared for how far the discussions went. Salary gymnastics, future assets, and long-term vision are all reportedly on the table, making this far more than a simple player-for-player swap. Publicly, both franchises remain silent, sticking to carefully worded non-answers. Privately, however, the belief around the league is that something major was at least seriously contemplated, whether the deal ultimately materializes or collapses under its own weight. The mere possibility has already sent shockwaves through executives, coaches, and fans alike. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.